evening, everyone. Buenas tardes, todos. Ya estamos en vivo. Entonces empecemos con una oración.
All the way up.
Yeah. Go ahead for the prayer.
Now we're good, yeah.
Señor, te damos gracias por todas tus bendiciones. Te damos gracias por un pequeño paso mañana que podemos abrir las puertas de la iglesia a unas personas por unas horas. Pedimos tu bendición sobre esto, que pueda haber orden y seguridad y cuidado para que continúe, que se pueda abrir más y más en un futuro hasta llegar a poder tener misas. Thank you, Lord, for being able to open our church tomorrow, the doors for visits to the tabernacle, the Blessed Sacrament, for a few hours at least, and limited number of people. We ask you to bless this opening, that things may work out orderly and safely so they may continue and be extended and we may be able to return to Mass. Bless our gathering tonight and bless all our parishioners, our parish, and all who are watching us. Bendice a todos los miembros de nuestra comunidad. Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe,
ruega por nosotros.
Señor San José,
Ruega por nosotros.
San José Marelo,
Ruega por nosotros.
in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Praised be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.
Before we start, let me say this morning's Mass, my microphone at the chair was off the whole Mass. You can still hear it if you turn it up real loud, I think. At least on my computer I could, but it's lower than all the other. We want to congratulate a member of our parish, a young lady who is graduating from Garces High School that went to our school here. She received from Garces the Garces Award, I think voted on by her classmates for the lady or the student who most exemplifies the virtues of Garces High School, the Christian virtues, and that's Elizabeth Nevares, and we're very proud of her. He was graduating from Garces High School. Tenemos mucho orgullo en que un miembro de nuestra parroquia, Elizabeth Nevares, ha recibido un premio al graduarse de la escuela de Garces, de la estudiante que vive mejor las virtudes cristianas. Felicidades, Elizabeth.
Congratulations. She says thank you.
Well, the other news, pues Esperanza, tell your grandpa that we're all going to die when God is ready, but not before. I know he's grieving to lose his sister, but that doesn't mean it's his time yet. He has to wait his turn, as we all do. God knows best. Our life is in God's hands. As long as God keeps us here, our life is worth living. Elizabeth's proud papa también. Okay. Another announcement is tomorrow our church doors will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and every day except Sunday. The hours are shortened on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those are for private visits to the Blessed Sacrament. There are 10 places marked with tape. We ask people to wear masks when they enter and to only occupy the places that are there. If there are more, they're all occupied. A person has to wait outside till somebody leaves. And this is for silent individual prayer, but it's an opportunity for those who have not been before the Blessed Sacrament to be able to enter and be before our Lord. Lady from our parish emailed me that just entering in front of the Blessed Sacrament, she felt her heart beat fast and felt almost trembling on the presence of Jesus that she had missed during these 2 months. Entonces estamos contentos que pueden entrar en la iglesia mañana y cada día desde las 10 de la mañana hasta las 7 de la tarde en la iglesia aquí en la Avenida California, y ahí pueden estar con Jesús en el sagrario. Les pedimos que ocupen un lugar en las bancas. Solo hay 10 lugares marcados con cinta azul. Ocupen esos lugares, traigan máscara y no... si hay 10 personas ya, tienen que esperar hasta que algún lugar se desocupe para poder entrar y colaborar con las empleadas que están ahí manteniendo el orden como el obispo requiere. Depende cuánto colaboramos con esto, depende cuánto más podremos avanzar en el futuro también. En la Brandage también se van a abrir los canceles, pero hasta el miércoles, ahí a las 7 de la mañana hasta las 6 de la tarde, para que visiten la gruta o oren en el pabellón ante la imagen de la Divina Misericordia. So Wednesday, the gates will also begin to be opened at Brundage from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sundays will be 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. there. Plenty of hours each day to pray before Our Lady in the grotto or in the pavilion, but again, only 10 people at a time, and we ask you to wear masks.
So Esperanza was asking what you said about her dad and her tía in Spanish.
Sí.
No, it's his daughter that passed away.
And it's his daughter that...
Oh, yeah, her and it's his daughter. No, sí, pues pésame por haber perdido a tu hija. Duele mucho a papá perder a una hija. Y uno piensa, pues, porque no fui yo primero, pero no le toca. Tienes que estar aquí. Dios te tiene aquí hasta Él que te llame. Entonces le ofreces tu dolor, tu pena y... tu hija, pues pedimos por su alma y que ella te socorra a ti también, que ruegue por ti y que ofrezcas todo al Señor, confiando en su amor y su misericordia y su buen plan que Él tiene para cada uno de nosotros. No podemos comparar cuántos años tiene uno y cuántos el otro cuando se nos llame. Yo mismo me siento listo, a veces deseoso de irme, pero eso hasta que Dios diga, ¿verdad? Me tiene aquí y acepto que Él sabe más que yo. Entonces tú también, espera tu turno. Yeah.
Betty and Rangel have a question. Father Sergio, they want to know if you consider doing the classes on the history of the church online.
I am doing them online. I've been doing them online for the past 2 months.
You didn't tell them.
Well, I did last time. So yes, but the class is almost ending. We only have 3 sessions left. And I probably won't give this class now for a while because I'm thinking of other topics to talk about, to give a class on other areas of history, but also of our spirituality and apologetics. So.
Can they still come to the last 3 classes?
Yes, you can come to the last 3 classes. The information is on our Facebook page. It's there under church history, so the information is there. Lupe Ruiz asked, ¿cuándo podemos celebrar la misa?
Ok, pues lo de la misa, el obispo anunció el lunes pasado que ha formado un comité de la diócesis que ya está trabajando por 2 semanas a hacer los preparativos. Entonces, él dice a nosotros en la parroquia que empecemos 2 cosas, que hacemos un esquema, no sé cuánto pueden ver o no ver, pero un esquema de cómo puede sentarse la gente en la iglesia a distancia de 6 pies de cada persona, porque eso será el requisito cuando nos permiten, porque los condados todavía no nos permiten, ¿verdad? Entonces, con este plan, la iglesia que tenía entre 450 y 500 personas, ahora pueden haber solo 94. Cuando nos permiten, no sé si tendremos misas en la iglesia para 94 personas y con los demás cerrados afuera, ¿verdad? Entonces tal vez misas diarias estamos pensando, pero ¿cuándo? No lo sabemos. Ahí en la Brandage tenemos la ventaja de poder poner sillas en un orden más exacto. Hice mi esquema ahorita, apenas lo hacía al venir aquí y el micrófono no lo ves, la cámara con esas sillas los podemos poner alrededor, fuera del pabellón, donde alcance el sonido. También, cuando se termine el memorial de los no nacidos, tendremos otras bocinas ahí y más pasto para poner más sillas también, pero en el sol, ¿verdad? Aunque hay 4 árboles nuevos plantados ahí que pueden ver. Entonces, una cosa en que estamos trabajando, proveer el obispo ese plan para que él vea que estamos listos y cuántos podemos servir, pero no van a ser 1000 personas aún así. Y va a haber reglas, probablemente máscaras, tal vez guantes, no sabemos cuáles reglas habrá, ¿verdad? Segunda cosa que nos pidió es formar un comité, empezar a tener juntas. Ya estoy llamando a miembros seleccionados para el comité según las indicaciones que nos da. Ya tenemos 5 presentes para primera junta el lunes que tengo programado y apenas voy llamando. Ya hay otros 5 que no podemos pasar más de 10 personas, pero es una primera entre las primeras reuniones. Entonces, poco a poco, pero muy lentamente, slowly we're planning for the Mass. The bishop has a task force on a diocesan level for about the last 3 weeks. He's asked us to make a diagram of socially distant seating, and for the church, like a church of 450 to 500, we can only fit 94. In Brundage, we have an advantage of not having walls and not having pews, so we can space our chairs and get a little more efficient numbering, but there's limits there too. We won't be able to get 1,000 chairs like we have now. So all that we're preparing for. In the meeting we start preparing all the volunteers we're going to need for all the sanitation between each Mass and all that, desinfectar todo entre cada misa y todo eso. Entonces, cuando nos digan, vamos a hacer lo que podamos según lo que se nos permite. When they allow us, we'll do whatever we can according to what they allow.
So Andres asks, is the people that is visiting the Blessed Sacrament going to have a time limit due to limited seating?
I haven't put a time limit now because we don't know how many are going to be there. If it turns out we have a long waiting line, and the waiting line will have to be spaced 6 feet apart outside, then we will put a limit. We know St. Philip's put a 15-minute limit. But I haven't done it yet because we'll see how it goes tomorrow and if we need a limit or not. If there's nobody waiting, I don't want to say you have to leave your 15 minutes or up.
¿Y si estará expuesto el Santísimo?
Antes de exponer el Santísimo está en el Sagrario. Y está Jesús. Ustedes ven la veladora roja y saben que Jesús está en el Sagrario. No he pensado en exponer el Santísimo hasta ver que todo está en orden, que no entre gente de la calle a perturbar, que todo está seguro y en orden. Si es así, tal vez para el otro jueves, que es nuestro día, podré exponer el Santísimo. Si sale bien el jueves, tal vez más días, pero por lo pronto no está programado eso.
I think from YouTube.
Yep.
So then we have from De Leon. Oblates, I'm very interested in starting Bible studies to learn more about my faith. Are there any resources to get started? So, Father John, do you know any resources?
Online resources, I always recommend the forum.org. They have a lot of wonderful resources from the Augustine Institute. That's the one that's coming to my mind right now. I'd have to look into it to see what else is available, but they have a lot of videos that you can watch there and learn about the Bible and different aspects of our faith.
There's also the St. Augustine Institute?
That's forum.org.
Okay, yeah.
I think if you look at CatholicAnswers.org maybe, if you Google Scott Hahn, you'll probably find Bible courses also.
Dora Loreto is asking, does it seem that having lectors and altar servers may change because of the social distancing when we start having Mass again?
Well, I imagine we're going to start out with a minimum number of ministers also. The Masses are going to have to be shorter, so some people will like that, some may not. I have less music. Communion's going to take longer for the procedure for communion. And so the answer is probably everything's going to start out gradual and build up from there. It's going to take a while to get back to normal.
So just say hello to Sandy Arvizu, Erika Portillo, Loredo Rodriguez, Angie, our office manager, Janet, Zavala,
Minerva, Esperanza, Andres,
Maria Fernandez,
Natalia Vargas,
Natalia,
Blanca Ventura,
Julia Perez,
de la familia Jacome,
yeah.
y Antonia
There
Rosales.
was a question about Bakersfield churches before.
Joanne Villaseñor, who is a former parishioner now living in Fresno, she's sharing with us that the Bakersfield churches are opening faster than Fresno. So
maybe talking about the Protestant churches, I'm not sure. The bishop is communicating with the health department of each county, and he did tell us policies would vary according to what each county permits, which is a good sign, because originally he was wanting to have the same policy for the whole diocese to avoid confusion in the diocese, but that's not fair. So the School of Our Lady of Guadalupe, we're hoping to open in August, but it all depends on the governor, the state, and the diocesan, because also the schools and even religious education classes, they're going to be limiting the distance, or we don't know what rules they're going to put, how many children we can have in a classroom and all those kind of things, if it's going to be full day or half day with half of the class and another half day with the other half, or half on social media, or fully open. We hope it's fully open. Regarding the school, we need parents to register, finish their tuition for this year if they're able. We know you've had problems financially, but we all need to support our school to keep it going too.
And so should they call the school office for more information?
They're not going to be more information. This is all the information we have. We just got a letter from the superintendent of the diocese, and that's what she said. We do have the calendar made for the days. I mean, school will start on time. It's a question of how much is going to be in person or how much is going to be online. The school is programmed and will open.
And then Elizabeth Mendoza is asking, Padre, Dios les bendiga, ¿cuándo habrá las primeras confesiones?
Quisiera saber. Me parece que es más probable que se permitan confesiones antes de la misa. Hay modos en que podemos confesar afuera, en el pabellón, por ejemplo, y con filas separadas, pero estamos esperando que permitan eso primero. Yeah.
Angie's asking, can catechism classes be done with Zoom?
It'll be hard. I mean, all our people have to get used to Zoom, which is a little difficult. Aida's thinking about all of that. I think Catechism probably follows somewhat what we learned from the school system. We have many more resources and are more in communication with what's going to be permitted or not.
Vanessa Vela's asking if a family goes in, is it only adults get into the church with masks on, or can their kids come as well with them to pray with masks on?
You can come in as a family. If your children stick with you, they cannot run around the church. Everybody has to have masks. You have to kneel in one place where the blue tape is. But if there are 5 of you, realize you are taking the place of 5 people. It's not that another 9 people can come in the other 9 places. There can only be 10 people maximum in church. So you might want to limit your time if you notice you're making other people wait. And maybe your children are getting tired of praying too.
And just remember, if you do come to visit the church, the restrooms will be closed. So
Yes.
si vienen a visitar la iglesia, acuérdese que los baños van a estar cerrados.
Igual en el santuario de la Brandeis, todavía no podemos abrir baños. Es demasiado peligro. We can't open the bathrooms. It's still too much danger of contagion, they say.
Yeah, and Andres will be awkward because no hugging still.
Air hugs.
I'm very awkward in not being able to hug. I did a graveside funeral Friday and can't hug anybody even when they're grieving and all of that. So we follow what they tell us.
Linda Gary's asking, will you need volunteers when the church opens for visits?
Yes. We are accepting volunteers. To be a volunteer, people have to pass safe environment, have to sign a volunteer release form of liability, have to be trained on what you need to do. But we started with employees, including catechetical employees and office staff, along with janitorial staff being present at church and on Brundage to get it open as soon as possible. But we do need volunteers. When we open the church, we're going to need a lot more volunteers. So those who want to volunteer, see if you complete a safe environment requirements with the parish, and call in or email in your information, and we'll be happy to put you on the list of volunteers.
So saludos a Mary Castellanos.
And Carla and Renee Mata from Madeira.
Hi, Carla and Renee.
Una pregunta de Blanca Ventura. Padre, yo trabajo de lunes a viernes. Gracias a Dios no me descansaron, pero cuando salgo ya está cerrada la oficina. ¿Cómo le hago para mis sobres? No tengo tarjeta.
Yeah.
Check it.
Mm-hmm. When the church is open, there's always going to be an employee there. You can trust your envelopes to them, I believe.
Spanish.
I haven't told you. Creo que cuando está abierta la iglesia va a haber casi siempre una empleada ahí o empleado, y puede confiar tus donativos, tus sobres a los empleados, o puede mandarlos por correo como hemos anunciado.
Debbie Peña Estrada is asking, is this wise with no vaccine, especially with our elderly?
The people that think it is not wise do not have to come. We ask anybody with fever or with cough or with shortness of breath, or anybody that's been near someone with COVID, to please not come. In my opinion, it's totally prudent, and I think my opinion is very, very careful, more careful than I would personally desire to be, but everybody has their opinion on that. So those that do not feel safe, each one makes their judgment whether to come or no. So our youth groups still cannot, nobody, youth or adults, we cannot meet still. So they haven't given us permission to meet. When they do, we will start the groups. Father Sergio's been trying to be in contact. We have a new youth minister, Nayeli Sanchez, who began, a wonderful young lady. She hasn't been able to gather people together. She barely began, and then all this closed down. So we're waiting.
Yeah, we discussed this at our last Morello Youth Council, which is, I'm not sure if many of our parishioners know, we have a youth council here that of all the youth leaders from the different youth groups gather once a month to discuss what's going on. And we had one last week to kind of giving updates on everything. And that's the best way we can try to still find ways to share the faith, even through Zoom and social media.
Yeah, so Anna, I think you're asking on behalf of TOB. I think TOB was not at the Morello Youth Council, that meeting, so you need to be in communication with Nayeli, with Father Sergio, and respond to communications, be available to be communicated with. And then you're also able to have Zoom meetings for those youth that want to do that.
We've been doing that with our Recollection youth group on Mondays for about half an hour, 45 minutes, but just a few people, but it's a nice way to say hi and be awkward on video chat.
And actually, Salud de Tarso teens and also the young adults, they've been doing it, praying their rosary once a week together, and also still doing their crecimientos every Friday. So they're still meeting through Zoom to continue their mission. So.
Yo sé que también algunos de los grupos de oración están reuniéndose por el Zoom también.
O por el Face también.
Por el Facebook, San Juditas.
El Espíritu Santo pasa por el Zoom también.
Sí.
And Lucy Gomez, hi, speaking about youth ministry from Madeira.
What are your youth doing in Madeira, Lucy?
Yes, I'm curious.
Are they Zooming?
And Jessica Zamora, hello.
Hi.
And Anna, I understand about working, and this is a very confusing time. But we're going to try to do it again the next youth council meeting next month in June. So just look out for your emails for that. So.
Okay, and see if you can send someone else. If you can't be there, send some representative.
That's all I have.
Okay, so this morning we also had the Mass of Graduation, 23. It's one of our larger classes, graduated in unusual circumstances. They haven't had a graduation ceremony, but we have their diplomas, and they've decided that they are graduates, and so they finished this school year, and we congratulate them. También anunciamos que la misa va a ser todo en español el martes, jueves y sábado. Masses are going to be all in English on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Sundays, even date masses will be in English, and odd date masses will be in Spanish with a little bilingual of the gospel and a summary of the homily in the opposite language. I can also announce some things coming up in the month of May. May 30th is a special feast for us, a solemn feast of St. Joseph Morello, the founder of the Oblates of St. Joseph. On Saturday, May 30th, we will have bilingual Mass at 8:15 a.m. El sábado 30 de mayo, fiesta de nuestro fundador de los Oblatos de San José, el San José Morello, tendremos la misa a las 8:15, especial bilingüe. Esa noche, sábado 30, es también vigilia de Pentecostés. Tendremos la misa bilingüe, la vigilia extensa con las 6 lecturas completas a las 7:30 de la tarde. El sábado y el domingo es la misa de Pentecostés, haremos bilingüe. También por Pentecostés ser el día de todas las lenguas, entonces no se quejen de inglés o de español. Pentecost Vigil, the night of the 30th, we'll have a bilingual extended vigil with all the readings, like kind of a mini Easter vigil. And on Pentecost Sunday, we will celebrate the Mass bilingually at 9:15. That's the 31st. And don't complain about the other language on that day, because it's the day when the apostles spoke in all the languages of the world. and all understood the language of love.
Podemos saludar a Blanca Flores, Robert Enriquez, and Juan and Pablo Michelle Ayala.
Hi, associates.
Yeah.
Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever. There's our closing prayer.
What is 7:35?
We also had the masses of the unforgettables, the miscarried babies this week. We had some 40 new names at the first mass and some 70 new names at the second one. Tuvimos las misas de las inolvidables, niños que murieron en el vientre, unos 40 en el miércoles, nuevos nombres, y unos 70 el jueves. Entonces, gracias por acompañarnos.
Maddie's asking, ¿es obligación llevar las máscaras?
Mati.
Yes, we're asking to make it obligatory. La máscara no es solo para proteger a ti, sino proteger a los demás, no contaminar la iglesia con las gotitas que salen con la respiración, se quedan en la máscara.
Thank you, Jen. I like my shirt.
Hi, Jen.
Good job.
Was that Jen?
Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Yeah.
Where's my shirt? No, just kidding.
Mati Francisco Rizzo, saludos. Marta Perez also just joined. We're just leaving.
Yeah, I know.
From Rainbow-99. Hello, fathers. Oh, Susana Hakome.
Yeah.
Hello, Susana.
So we thank all of you for accompanying us. Lord, we ask your blessing on each person who has come on board with us this evening. Gracias, que el Señor bendiga a cada persona que nos ha acompañado esta noche con siempre más salud, más fe, más esperanza, más caridad. Bless everyone with the gifts and graces, the particular graces you know each person needs. Through the intercession of the holy spouses, Mary and Joseph, Padre, Hijo y Espíritu Santo.
Amén.
Alabado sea Jesucristo.
Ahora y por siempre. Good night. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches a todos.